I'm not 100% sure what they're doing. I think they're just cold. He would. Toby's laying on the toolbox, not really moving a whole lot. I think he's not playing in protest of being outside. And then Ezra and Ben they're actually doing something. They're marking on some wood or something like that. I don't know, they're probably playing some kind of pretend game, but you know, last night, you can't tell, but last night it was snowing. Just wasn't snowing long enough for it to stick, and it wasn't cold enough. Like the car this morning was all covered in snow, but it's all gone now. Jess is just now finishing up her journal time because she is completely thrown off with her morning routine. Which actually caused me to get up way too early because my morning routine is not to get up at 5:30, but I got up when she got up and then stayed up.
It was worth it.
Yeah, it was.
For me, it was worth it.
I mean, I didn't go do it, you did.
So this morning, a friend of mine, I'm so tired right now. I think you can probably tell how tired I am. A friend of mine was having a baby. She was having a home birth. She lives about an hour away from here, and I got the call to come at about 5:30 this morning, so I jumped up out of bed in a fluster, almost forgot my camera. I was going to take photos, and I had to come back for my camera, and then the car was frozen over. It was just kind of a crazy thing, but I'm back home now having my morning coffee that I just finished and writing in my journal at 11 o'clock in the morning, which is quite a bit later than it usually is for me.
Things got pretty cold last night. So I think we're going to walk around and just check up on everything, especially like Doris's piglets. They're most likely fine. They're old enough, but especially when it gets
It actually got colder last week than it did last night. It didn't get super cold last night. I bet they're fine. We can still go look at them because they're cute.
Okay. And we walk the farm every day, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah. I'm done here. Coffee's done. Journal's done.
Right.
I can move on.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we head out?
Yes, actually. Stickers. So we normally would have announced this in our live last night, but we had to cancel that because of that storm that came through whenever it rains really hard out here in the country.
Our internet pretty much goes out.
It says, no, I won't do what you want. This is homesteading YouTube problems. Because we wouldn't need the internet so much if we weren't YouTubers. But we have a couple things going on in the sticker shop. I dropped this. Okay.
There you go.
Bring it back in. We have a couple things going on in the sticker shop right now. We have some new designs. I'll get to those in a second. But we have a limited stock. I've already announced these on Instagram, and we've sold quite a few of them. So I'm not 100% sure how many are left. When they're sold out, they're sold out. We put the quantity up on the website. We're doing mystery grab bags of all of our retired stickers. So these are, we're just clearing out the stock because we just had some odds and ends of all the different stickers we've run through this year. And we thought this would be a really fun thing for us to do at the end of the year from now on. So this is just an example. They're all different. So here are 5 different designs. As you can see, it's like some of each of the different artists that we had. These are $10 while they last, which makes
basically 50% off.
Yeah, it's 50% off. Makes the stickers $2 each. So if you're stuffing a stocking, or you just want some more Roots and Refuge stickers, you can get these grab bags. You can buy as many as you want.
But when they're gone, they're gone.
But when they're gone, they're gone. And also the new designs, these are so exciting. So we have brought in our last 2 t-shirt designs are now available as stickers. Turn your waiting room into a classroom. Isn't this the perfect journal sticker? And then the Roots and Refuge Farm logo, as well as 3 new designs from Kelly Robertson, who's done stickers for us in the past. We had a different plan for December. It kind of went awry, and we contacted Kelly last minute and said, hey, I'd seen some of these things at art that she shared, and I said, hey, can we buy these designs from you? We'd love to work with you again. She's so sweet. And we've got here a beautiful mason jar of pickled or fermented goodies, a jar of zinnias. Just a couple of beautiful things from the summer. And one more thing, this is probably my favorite sticker we've ever had. I want to put it on
It's
everything.
my least favorite sticker we've had.
My most favorite sticker. The tomato sandwich. Check that out. So if you need a little bit of summer here in the middle of your winter, these 3 designs are available for the month of December. Grab bags are available until supplies last. Until supplies don't last.
Yeah.
I'm so tired right now. I'm so tired. The last couple of days, man. And then the new t-shirt designs in stickers. So let's go outside to the farm.
You sure you don't want to take a nap first?
Oh, don't tempt me. You'll see the ice melting. It's dripping off of the roof. Asher came in last night, got me out of bed at like 11 and said, Mom, you have to come look. And I looked out and it was just snowing and it was so pretty. It was massive snowflakes. I love the snow, but it didn't, it accumulated a little bit, but melted this morning.
I could tell it wasn't gonna last.
Yeah, it wasn't cold enough outside. You know, I haven't had a deal. Ooh, it's bright. I don't usually shoot videos in the middle of the day. I haven't had a deal with snow enough to get sick of it. A lot of you are always like, when I'm like, oh, snow, y'all are like, oh, snow, because you know, deal with feet of it every year. But we might get one good snowfall that's actually enough to accumulate every year and never last more than a few days. So it's still kind of a novelty to us. Beautiful garden, waiting for a new season. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, I think we should go ahead and order a truckload of super soil.
No.
Yeah, for amending all the beds, because we could amend them over the winter as we have like warm days and then get ready for the spring.
Okay.
And then it'll be ready. We won't have to do it all at once. And then we'll just have it. And then that way, if we get a hot load again, it'll have some time to break down. Oh, it is nice in here. Hey, look at my cabbages. They got their first... No, these are cauliflowers. These are cheddar cauliflowers. They got their first true leaves, though. Coming along. Keep it growing, cauliflowers. Feels good in here.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Winter schminter.
I've been asked quite a few times lately because I've talked about amending the beds and getting ready for the next season. And a lot of you have asked like if we make our own compost. And we do make compost. I'll show you our compost piles. It is not a super scientific operation for us. We really just pile up all the bedding. And when we have like clippings or spent plants or old straw mulch or whatever, we just pile it up and we move it around with the tractor. And after about a year or so, I don't know, it doesn't always take that long, we put it on the garden. There are people out there that can really tell you about the science of compost. I'm just not one of them.
Neither am I.
we just pile everything up. And we have so much animal bedding from the amount of animals that we have that it makes it pretty simple. I mean, it breaks down over time. We do buy compost, though. We don't make enough for all the gardening efforts that we have. With the high tunnel, the fence garden, and the in-ground gardens, we have about 10,000 square feet of growing space on our property. That's a lot, and even just amending that a couple of inches a season is a lot of compost. We'll buy, I think, one 20-yard dump truck load will cover everything because we're not making any new beds or anything that we're having to fill. That'll amend everything with extra, most likely, especially with the compost we have. I am expanding a little bit of my in-ground gardening efforts this year, so I'll add compost to that to do the no-dig beds. But yeah, so we'll just go ahead and get that truckload now. Hey, Brussels sprouts, keep it going. Look at them.
So when you take those off, do they go more?
I don't think so.
So this is it?
Yeah.
One big shebang.
Yeah.
Maybe two big shebangs.
So here are a couple of our, like these are a couple compost piles. We have some other piles next door of bedding that came out over there. Seriously, very much not scientific here, which might not be encouraging for some of you, but you could be encouraged by the fact that we produce massive piles of compost every year with very little work. We just pile it up. Like right now, this looks really not broken down, but that's just the top layer. What's inside there is very hot, and when we turn it over and turn this stuff under, it'll continue to break down. We'll be using this on the garden by spring.
I know there is science that goes into composting it and doing it like super well, but
like don't overthink it. You can just pile stuff up.
Like a seed wants to die and grow a plant. Like that's what it's meant for. Like stuff wants to break down when it's disconnected from a root system, or manure and things like that. Like it's going to break down whether you help it along or not.
Right. I mean, with this pile, do you have a shovel or something back here?
Probably not close, but I can do this.
Let's just get up in there. Like the deeper you go, the more dark and broken down it gets. And that's just bedding and stuff. It's like really warm in there. Look at those fluffy winter goats. Hey, you little polar goats. No, you already got your breakfast. And, well, yeah, I guess they had hay. Let's go in here and check on Doris and her babies. Hey, girl. Here come the big babies thinking I got snacks. I usually come with garden snacks. Hey! So, a few of these babies are going to their new home. They're starting this weekend. They're be weaned. Gosh, they grow so fast. Fanny and Clementine weren't much bigger than this when we got them. Gosh, that's been 2 years. A little over 2 years ago. Crazy. Time goes by so fast. Hey, Doris. What's up, girl? And look at those babies looking so big. Gosh. Oh. She's like, nope, you gotta look at me. You're gonna come over here. She wants her moment in the spotlight. Hey, Doris. Hey, girly. Hey, girly. She's so nibbly. It is strange to me that she only had 3. These babies are getting weaned. Yep. And it looks like time. You can see that they'll start getting too skinny if you leave them on too long. Hey, babies. So winter for us on the farm, it's just technically not winter until next week. My birthday is Wednesday.
Happy birthday.
Turning 35. Be a good year. I saw this meme the other day on Facebook. It said, better nobody say 2021 is their year. We're gonna walk in real slow, stay quiet, and don't touch anything. I was like, that's funny. But I think we should say good things about 2021. It's gonna be our year. Winter for us though, it is a resting time, but our summers are so hot that winter is often our project time. It's when we get a lot of infrastructure done on the farm, because it's a lot easier to build things. Because even whenever it is kind of cool, it's easier to build than when it's really, really hot outside. Because the cool can, you know, make you uncomfortable and move slow, but it won't make you sick. And doing a lot of building when it's 100 degrees outside definitely can. Hey, Gabriel. Hey, buddy. Oh, you sweet boy. You're so sweet. Such a lover. Here's Nestle, my original spotted girl. Hey, girly. God, she is so fluffy and huge. Look how fluffy they're all looking. Hey, girls. Hey, girls.
Ruth is almost as big as her mom.
Yeah, I know. Look how big Ruth is. Gosh, they're so fluffy. Just want to snuggle them. Hey, Ness. Hey, Ness. We haven't introduced the new girls to this herd yet. We'll probably leave our new goats quarantined away from the others for maybe 2 more weeks or so. The reason is because when you bring new goats in, you want to make sure they're well, make sure that they're not presenting with any issues. But the other thing is that they were a little skinny, and as you can see, that's not a problem with the general population of our goat herd. These girls are not hurting for weight at all. So, bless you. I don't want the new girls to get bullied at all as far as getting to the food. So we're gonna let them put a little bit more weight on before we put them in with these big hefty mamas, because they will hog the groceries. So I don't always walk over here in videos. This is the pasture next door. It's about 2 acres. This is where the goats kind of wander, and the girl alpacas are over here with the goats. Hey girls, hey! Hey Tori girl. What's up, girlfriend? Hi. Have a kiss? Hey, Tori. Have a kiss? Come here. Hey, Tori girl. No, Gabriel's not going to let her get up close to me. He needs all the attentions for himself. The 3 girl alpacas, which were all exposed to the males, none of them ended up being bred. And I did not try super hard to like double them back. And it's called spitting them off. You put them back in and see if they spit at the males, and we never tried to do that. And I waited too long, and then I read about how sometimes very persistent males can force miscarriage because they'll persist in breeding even if the female's already bred, and I didn't want to risk that, and I just decided to wait. So now I don't want to breed them in the middle of the winter because I don't want to be having babies next year when it's cold. So I'll probably wait till like March and then put Manny back in with them and see if we can get some alpaca crias on the farm. That's what they're called, is crias.
Crias.
That would be cool. In the meantime, we'll have lots of baby goats, right Maya?
All the babies.
I always worry about my farm when it's really rainy, really windy like last night, or cold. And it was just barely freezing. It's gonna get colder again next week, but still, even our coldest temperatures are not really a concern for anything on this farm. The only exception is if an animal is like actively giving birth when it's that cold. It could be a problem because they come out wet. But everything now, like we don't ever have to worry about anything freezing. It just doesn't get cold enough here. I mean, it's too cold for me to,
long enough.
Yeah, cold enough, long enough. As long as everything has sufficient shelter and has sufficient bedding and they can stay dry, they're fine.
Everyone has all that set up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Hey, beautiful ones. She said nope.
Around.
Is it kind of sad to think about tearing this barn down?
I mean, it's a little sad, but I mean, like I've told people before, on YouTube or just in conversation, I'm the upgrade you kind of guy.
You're the upgrade you kind of guy? I'm sentimental. He's not. So for me...
I'm not sentimental about things that serve a purpose, like a job.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have my trusty drill that I'll use until forever. If, like, I've got this drill and I've used it for 10 years and then a new one comes out that's better, love you, drill. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
you like things to be as functional as possible. I love this barn.
It's been functional. It did have some fun stories behind it, but when we put the new barn up, like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get sentimental about things that don't serve a function anymore.
So this barn is made from the privacy fence that was up on this property when we moved in, and the fence,
50% of it was already down.
Right, it was not in great shape, and so we actually salvaged all of the pickets from that fence. The fence had to be replaced because it couldn't hold anything. It wasn't in good shape, but the wood was in decent shape. And we took it and some used tin and built this barn and have added to it. We added the milk stall, we built the stalls in. It was just an open structure at first. Mm-hmm. And this has been our goat barn, and it's very sweet to me. Like, it was, you know,
She had a good run.
She had a good run. I'm definitely looking forward to having a nice big barn, having ample stalls for mamas, because in the past we've had to move mamas back out into the general population before I would have liked, because we only had 2 stalls. Yeah, feed storage and more spacious milking area is going to be really nice.
Especially with as many goats as we're going to have in milk.
Having better power out to the barn, like here we've just got like extension cords with lights that we put out. Being able to actually have a powered barn is going to be really nice.
Yeah.
But this to me, again, I know I said this about the compost. I hope it's encouraging to you guys whenever you see what we have gotten by with when that was necessary. Like, I am so excited to have a nice barn. Like, I've dreamed of that since before we had this property. Actually, the property we looked at before this property had a big red barn. And it just wooed my heart so much. And when we found this one, Jeremiah was like, this is the property we're buying. And I'm like, I don't want that one. It doesn't have a barn. But
it didn't.
It didn't.
But it would one day.
It was the place that God had for us. And
the thing is like, when we first moved here, we couldn't have afforded the barn. But
now we're putting this barn in, and I'm so excited about it. But then I look at this building, and I'm like, oh. And I just think maybe really, I don't have to hold on to everything that ever meant something, but I can feel extra gratitude for it for what it meant while we had it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Our fence picket barn. Hey, I've slept out here a lot of times.
I pulled a goat out in that stall.
Spent a lot of time milking out here. Prayed a lot of prayers out here. Spent several nights in a camp chair, wrapped up in a blanket.
Been frustrated out here.
I've been frustrated out here many times. I have shouted out here at least a handful of times, I hate goats!
I jammed my thumb.
Yep, we thought you broke your hand out here.
It was bad enough I went to the doctor. So.
Yeah, it's definitely
You got attacked by a wasp out here?
I did. I got attacked by a nest of wasps out here. It went all up my shirt while a goat was dropping kids on the ground, and I was trying to get in, and they all swarmed out.
I already sent out the memo to the wasp. They're not allowed to move into the new barn.
I bet they'll respect that.
They should.
Yep.
I gave them ample warning.
She's had a good run. It's almost time. I don't know. It'll probably be here through the end of the year. We won't tear it down immediately. You know, it'll be on the list of things to do. But we are going to get that new barn set up, and hopefully...
I've got to drop some dead trees that are behind it, and
yeah,
that'll also help. Because there's been so much bedding moved through here that when we do take it down, it should grow some pretty good grass.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice. Well, I think this is getting kind of long.
It's all good. Let's sign it off. We've got catching up to do today. We're starting late.
Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. These farm walks are some of my favorite time for us. We walk around and just assess everything. It's when we make the plans for what we need to do for the day, what we need to do for the week and the month, what needs to get bumped up the priority list. But I love getting to share it with you guys and share a little glimpse into our life. We bless you guys. Until next time.